Hello everyone, this is my voice, and if you don't like it, you can go fuck yourself. Anyways, we're gonna talk about the current state of 1.8 PvP in my opinion, just because I've been playing this game for way too long, and I feel like my opinion might be kind of entertaining. If you don't agree with it, I don't care. Yippee, let's talk about 1.8 and 1.7 PvP. The servers I'm going to be talking about in this video are Hypixel and Mindman Club, since they're the most popular legacy PvP servers. It's no secret that Hypixel's player count fell off pretty hard from its 100k players in 2020 to an average of 15 to 20,000 players today, sometimes hitting 25,000, most of which are on Skyblock. And Mindman Club has been declining in popularity ever since Lunar Network shut down in 2023, and there's a few reasons that this is the case. There's no competition for legacy PvP servers anymore. Hypixel hasn't really had good competition since 2018 with Mindplex or the Hive, and when Hive shut down in 2021 for Java players, that was the end of Hypixel's competition. With Mindman Club, the peak for their server was in 2017, in my opinion, when it was just a new practice server, and when Lunar Network announced that it was shutting down in 2023, it was the last practice server to shut down, leaving Mindman Club as the only server still up for competitive legacy PvP today, since Hypixel is just a minigame server. A huge issue in these servers is the cheater problem. Hypixel has a notoriously bad anti-cheat, allowing players to do things like long jump and b-hop on the server, making most competitive game modes like UHC and Skywars nearly unplayable, let alone fun. The problem got so bad that Hypixel had to remove one of the most competitive and cheater-infested game modes, Ranked Skywars, in 2022. The cheater problem on Hypixel has grown so badly that it caused staff to discontinue all tournaments on the server recently. On Mindman Club, the cheater problem is not as bad as Hypixel is, since it has a lower player count, but the problem's still pretty big. Instead of people b-hopping on Mindman, it's more people using closet cheats like jump reset and backtrack, which is a lot like Misplace, which uses packets to manipulate server lag in your favor, and giving the player the ability to get more hits on the other player than should be possible. Mindman Club's anti-cheat, Anti-Gaming Chair, has proven to be less and less efficient as time passes, since the developers of Anti-Gaming Chair are the same people who work on Minecraft's most popular hack client, Vape. Also, the owners of Mindman Club, Mantha and Leftboob, have proven to not really care much about the average legit player, since there's literal public bypasses for Mindman Club on Vape, which is owned by Mantha LLC, and still none of the devs for Mindman Club's anti-cheat code hatches for these bypasses. Even a client like Sigma Client, which hasn't updated in years, is capable of bypassing Hypixel's anti-cheat. Another issue that is seemingly ignored by legacy PvP servers is auto-clicking. This is because of the growth in popularity with butterfly clicking or double clicking, which is abusing a flaw in gaming mice that causes one input to make two outputs or more, allowing players to reach 20 CPS and above, making it so players take less knockback than normal. This can confuse many server anti-cheats to think that a player is using an external auto clicker to achieve a high CPS without clicking at all, or clicking very little times. Mindman Club, for an example, used to warn the player not to butterfly click or use any irregular clicking methods like drag clicking, because it would flag the anti-cheat, and when players would make appeals because they were false banned by Anti-Gaming Chair for auto-clicking, the staff would simply unban them without any question or proof. Around 2022, Mindman Club decided to remove this warning message, officially allowing butterfly clicking on the server. This made it easier for players to use external applications to auto-click and pass it off as butterfly clicking, which is allowed. And since the server anti-cheats used double-click checks to ban for auto-clicking, it inadvertently made it so auto-clicking is undetectable by anti-cheats. So how can we solve the auto-clicking problem? Well, one way to do this is to go the Hypixel route and make it so if you click above a certain CPS, in Hypixel's case, 20 CPS, your hits do not register at all. But the downside of this is that it makes PvP much less enjoyable for everyone involved. The best way to counter this issue, in my opinion, is to do what Lunar did around 2020, which is make it so your CPS still registers your hits when you click, but when you click higher CPS, you take the same amount of knockback as someone who clicks about 15 CPS, essentially locking your CPS so that way CPS doesn't affect hits or knockback, which makes it so players who click 20 plus don't have reduced knockback. Can legacy PvP make a comeback? The sad answer is it really can't. Servers for the newer versions of Minecraft are increasing in popularity, partially because there's more content in not just the servers, but in the base version of Minecraft. The best way to combat newest version PvP servers is to make it so new games and server updates for legacy versions are fun. An example of this would be Mineman Club's newest game mode, Fireball Royale, which is a lot similar to Hypixel Sky Wars, but also a twist on it with Mineman Club's Fireball Fight game mode. PvP, in my opinion, won't get back to its glory days like Kohi and Badlion, but it can definitely keep its current audience with new content added to popular game modes like Bed Wars and Duels. If you like this video, subscribe. If you don't like it, don't subscribe. Bye.